It popped it out. I don't know if that's normal.
Ooh, that sounds like a problem.
Yeah.
Just to be honest.
Wow. Alright, let's go get something to get these. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. If you're new here, I'm Jake. Buckle up because we're gonna do some shooting today. Not only am I excited because it's my favorite time of year, I love turkey season. I love it. I love chasing those little gobblers around. So out here today, we are gonna be testing out something pretty exciting to me. Like I said in the title, your boy got a new gun. A couple years ago, I did a test to see about turkey chokes, to see if they were worth it. Check it out here. So the test today is gonna be a little bit different. I will be using the same turkey choke. You can peep it right here. We are testing a bunch of different turkey shells to figure out which works best in my new gun. We have expensive shells, we have cheap shells, we have 3.5, we have 3s, we have 2 3/4, we have everything. So really, we're just checking out shells today. It's not a test, nobody wins, no nothing. I just want to figure out what works best for my gun. I got a ton of targets from Walmart. If you're gonna be doing this soon, which you should be because turkey season's coming up, go to Walmart. These things are like $2 for 12 of them. So I bought 24 for $4 or whatever. So we're gonna get those things set up. We got a lot of targets. We're gonna be testing them out. And I'm pretty excited because I get to shoot all these shells out of my new gun. And then I brought my old gun, my 870, which I love it. I also brought a surprise guest. This here's Hannah's gun. Look at this puppy. I think it's a Savage, but it's a 20 gauge. I hate getting my shoulder rocked by guns, especially shotguns shooting these shells. So I know I'm gonna be destroyed and I wanna see if this guy's gonna make me feel any better. I also brought my 22 just cause why not? But I wanna test out what the pattern's like. I would like for Hannah to come hunting with me, but she doesn't have her hunter safety course yet, so we'd have to figure that out. That's what we got planned for today. Comment down below what kind of shells, what gun you use. But before we do that, I wanna show you the new gun that I got. So this here is a Benelli Supernova. You can always tell the Benellis because they have that pattern on the stock. And I had been eyeing this shotgun for years. I was in search of a different pump shotgun. First intent was, one, I wanted a camo shotgun and I wanted it to not be a wood stock. I wanted this, I'm assuming this is just plastic, but just because my shotguns get beat up. My 870 was getting beat up. And that's kind of like my first gun, and it'll probably be my daughter's first shotgun if she wants to shoot a 12 gauge. But I kind of wanted that to last a little bit longer, and I was just beating the crap out of it turkey hunting. I figured why not get one that's a little more suited for it. This one's longer, so it should be more accurate. I got the same Carlson's turkey choke for it. It's got a nice little sight on it. You can see the, I don't know if you can see it, but the orange glow sight. It has the, I don't know what the term is for this, I'm not a big gun guy, but it has the mid sight so you can line it up. It's got some cool other features. Just a quick review of this gun. You can swap it out with a different stock to have, you know, a handgun stock. This little button right here, which is one of the first things I noticed on it, it allows you to basically unload. There's a huge wasp on the camera lens right now. But it allows you to unload or load a shell without unloading another one. I just saw a kid on Instagram today who was saying he shot a deer while he was squirrel hunting. So he was out squirrel hunting, I'm assuming he was using number 4 shot or whatever, and then he had buckshot on him. So say you were in that situation where you had a gun full of squirrel shot and you wanted to put a buckshot in, you press this button in, pull it back, and it will bypass reloading the next shell, and that way you can just stick your whatever shell you want in and you're good. So that's a cool feature. The other cool feature that I like is that, as you can see, and the trigger guard is massive. So I use gloves a lot when I'm hunting. I brought this to New York to deer hunt. Obviously it's like 10 to 20 degrees when I'm deer hunting. So I got some big old gloves on, so that's a nice feature. I'm not an expert on this, but this has something to do with, it like helps handle the shock of a shot, the recoil, and you can adjust this somehow. Again, I've not looked into it, but it definitely handles recoil better than my 870. And it shoots 3.5 inch. That's the big one. So the Nova doesn't shoot 3.5 inches. The Supernova does. I've never shot a 3.5 inch shell. So today will be the first time I'm doing that. But I can't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was like around 600 bucks. I saved for like 3 years. I don't just like drop money on stuff like this. So I saved for a long time, and when I finally bought it, it was a long time coming. I'd eyed it for a while, and if you have any questions about it, drop them in the comments. But highly recommend this gun. Let's get to it. But first, you know we're not doing anything without a little that was a lot of sugar at the bottom. Let's go. I'm energized. Thing is a little heavy. Did a little dethatching back there, but that won't hurt anything. Javelin. I'll make another video about me fixing up this range, because we do have a board right here. I'm not going to lift it up because I don't know what's under it, and I don't even have gloves. But it's so rotted out, it's not even funny. I was just walking back up here and I just heard a big old Tom gobble. Once this car passes, that's if I can get him to go. All right, we're finally to the part that you actually came to watch, which is testing out these different shot shells. I always show all the other stuff that it takes to get to this point, because I don't know if I'm ADHD or if this happens to everyone whenever they're going out to do some stuff like this. It's always a process. It's always a process. So we finally are good to go. I have 2 boxes of these. I accidentally just bought another box when I was at Walmart because I didn't realize I had the same thing, but it's Remington Premier Magnum Turkey, the high velocity, and these are 3 inches. I should have got the 3.5 inch ones because they had them. I got Winchester, just like the generic 12 gauge turkey load, Super X. I liked those when I shot those out of the 870 last year. Next up I have Remington Nitro Turkey. These are all the cheap ones from Walmart. This was like $8, this was $10. Can't imagine these being more expensive, but they're all economical. Someone commented on one of the other things and said that I should try the TSS ones, and dude, I would love to, but they were literally $80. My brain couldn't get myself to buy those. So these are the XR. So this is the last one I'm shooting, and it has what's called shot lock technology, which basically holds the shot together for longer. So the pattern's pretty incredible, you know, out to 50, 60 yards, and especially paired up with the choke tube that I have is a Carlson's Longbeard XR one, so it pairs well with this. So it's a super tight pattern. But what's interesting is I bought this during Corona times, and it was $30 for, I don't know, less than this. And this was 20 bucks when I bought it the other day, and it's 3.5 inch. So just a reminder to how bad ammo was back then. Let's get going. Let's shoot this Benelli and see how these hold up. I'm gonna start with what I'm most likely to use. I'm gonna start with these Longbeard XRs, and then I'll go to the cheaper ones, because if those are just as good, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm switching those. All right, let's start with some 3-inch Longbeard shells. Oh, and I have one of my favorite shells I've ever shot. This is Federal 3rd Degree. Shoots like a 5, 6, and a 7 shot. But we're gonna start with the Longbeard XR. I only have 3 of these, so at most I'll shoot 2. Ah, fudge. I don't know how that knocked over my gun behind me. 3.5 inch shells are gonna be fun. I already know I pulled that. That's not that great. I destroyed over here to the left, so. And I got enough kill shots on here. It's actually not as tight as I thought it was gonna be. It's interesting. And on this one, we'll do the 3.5. Someone said it best the other day while I was watching a video. When you're turkey hunting, you don't even feel the recoil whatsoever because you're so zoned into it. I'm gonna put on a pad on my shoulder. I'm a little sissy, but this way I won't be worried about my shoulder as much as where it actually goes. It popped it out. I don't know if that's normal. Is that normal for that thing to do? It just ejected itself. That's something to look into. All right, another one I pulled to the left. I always turn it over and look at it this way. Still kill shots, but I mean, just not that much different. Not that much different at all. I'd almost say this pattern's better, even if it is to the left. See that? It does pop itself out. All right, I'm just curious at this point, so I'm gonna call Sportsman's. That's where I bought it from.
We're located at 468 North Thompson Lane.
Hey there, I got a quick question for you. I bought a Benelli Supernova from you guys, the Benelli pump shotgun. It self-ejected the shell. Is that a feature of the gun, or is that normal?
Ooh, that sounds like a problem.
Yeah.
Just to be honest. Yeah, give me 1 second and I'll be right back.
Okay. That doesn't sound good. So it does, like when you pull the trigger, it loosens the pump and allows it to do that?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
As soon as you did that, it's preparing for you to reload.
It was really the power of the recoil that sent it back and self-ejected it?
Yeah, pretty much so.
Cool.
Like I say, if it becomes a problem, then let us know, but that shouldn't be a problem.
I'm glad to know, and thanks for picking up the call and letting me know. I called the store I bought it from, and they didn't know either, so I'll call them back and let them know. You heard it from Benelli themselves. That's a feature. Cool. All right, it's time to move on to the other ammo. We're gonna start with the Remington Premium Magnum Turkey. $8. I just bought this today. Look at how many less shots there are. And it's kind of all over the place. It's still a dead bird. I'm not mad about this whatsoever. Hey, if I need it, I'll use it. Next up on the list is the Super X. I shot this in my other video. All right, this looks way better than the other one, just with the amount of shots, as you can see in the other one. But again, dead turkey for sure. All right, last but not least is another 3.5-inch shell. Nitro Turkey. Let's see how this one feels on the old shoulder. I might shoot that one again. Don't like that one at all. On the other side of the paper, kill shot, but pattern's kind of junk. We're gonna shoot that one again because we have a lot of them, and I want to know whether or not it's me pulling or if it's the gun. All right, my bead and everything is exactly on the turkey's head. Let's see how we do. I think it's me. I don't think it's the gun. So it's kind of all over the place. I mean, it's definitely a kill shot. Let's go check out all of the ones I've shot today and compare and contrast, yeah? This is from the most expensive to the least expensive. We're not really testing expense. We're testing the quality of the expense. Here we have the 3.5-inch shells. Obviously I didn't shoot these well. The pattern would have been great. You can tell it's got a pretty decent pattern, but I just pulled everything to the left, probably because I was anticipating recoil. And so I thought about that, and that actually turns out to be part of the game. You know, we're out here live testing, and if I'm in the field and a turkey pulls up and I'm worried about the recoil and I do that, okay. So then you move over here to the 3-inch shells. These are the Longbeard XRs. Pattern's great, just like that one would be. And it's more accurate, it's more on target. You can see how good this one is. I mean, that's just a destructive shot right there. Those are what I'm gonna use. I know that for a fact because I like those shells. I've already used them, but I think I'm gonna stick with the 3-inch just for my own confidence. You can call me a sissy. I don't like recoil, blah, 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 but I'll be eating turkey at the end of the day. So then we come over to the interesting part. These, you can just look at from here. You can tell how much less activity. I mean, this one's a little different, but here we have, this was my least favorite. This one sucked. This is the Remington Premier Magnum turkey. I think that was like $8 for 5 shells. Not as cost effective, you know. I think this was, or $11 for 10 of them, so it's cheaper per shell. I don't remember what this one was because I've had it for a while. Yeah, this one sucked. Don't use that. That was at 35 yards. It would have been a kill shot for sure, but just not what I'm needing. And then this was the Winchester Super X, and it had a lot of activity. I think I pulled it a little bit. It was a 2 3/4 inch shell. This one was a 3-inch shell. But you can see it has a lot of, it's busy, so if I had pulled it over, it would have been a pretty decent shot. I don't mind these whatsoever. I'd probably use them in the field. Definitely before that. And then the Nitro Turkey at the end, these were 3-inch shells, and I didn't really like them. I mean, you can see the pattern's not great. I shot it twice because I wasn't sure if I was pulling it or whatnot, but this was my first shot. That was my second shot. Even when I corrected and aimed a little bit to the right, the pattern just kind of sucks. I'm wondering if there's something up with my gun, though, because everything's going left, or if it's just me pulling. But this is a pretty good example of what's coming out when you shoot each one of these shots. All right, so this is my 870. Love this gun. This is just a solid gun. We're gonna shoot that Super X 2 3/4 inch shell. See what happens. That freaking hurt. And this is Hannah's, what is this thing? I actually like this gun. Stevens Model 320 20 gauge. God, that feels so much better than 12 gauge. Let's go check them out. This is why I love that 870. Put the beat down on this turkey. Hold on for the wind. Look at that. Destroyed it. Absolutely crushed it. Here's that Premier crap with the 20 gauge. Look at this suck. That's just suck. Garbage. Don't buy that shot. Don't waste your hard-earned money. All in all, it was a pretty good day of turkey testing. I know which ones I'm going to take out to the farm. Hopefully I gave you some value in choosing shots for yourself or knowing what's going on with the different shells in the market. Ultimately, I guess what I found out is you got to test it to figure it out. Some upcoming projects we have are turkey hunting. Turkey hunting starts in 3 weeks, April 15th. So I'm gonna hunt around here, and then May 1st it starts in New York, so I'll head up to our farm up there and do some hunting there. I got a building project with my backyard chicken coop that's coming up. All sorts of stuff. So if you like hunting, fishing, building projects, stuff around your house, we got a lot going on, so feel free to like and subscribe and comment below if you have any other ideas or anything you wanna see. All right guys, it's been fun today. I'm gonna go try to catch some crappie.